Imagine pulling the night shift at a self-storage facility, only to discover that beneath your feet lies a ticking, mutating nightmare. This is the premise of Cold Storage 2026, a sci-fi horror comedy that blends grotesque body horror with retro B-movie vibes, starring Liam Neeson, Keery, Georgina Campbell, and a supporting cast of Hollywood legends like Vanessa Redgrave and Leslie Manville. Based on David Cope's 2019 novel and adapted by Cope himself, the film is directed by Johnny Campbell, known for his work on Doctor Who and Westworld. Today, we're breaking down the full story of Cold Storage, from the mysterious origins of its alien fungus to the explosive humanity-saving finale. Spoiler warning ahead, you've been warned. The story begins decades ago, in 1979, when NASA's Skylab space station re-enters Earth's atmosphere, scattering countless scientific experiments across the globe. Most debris burns up, but an overlooked oxygen tank lands in a remote Australian outback town. Unbeknownst to anyone, the tank carries an alien, parasitic fungus capable of mutating rapidly and infecting any living organism. Soon, locals begin dying in horrifying, grotesque ways, their heads and torsos split open, an iridescent green mold overtaking their bodies. Microbiologist Dr. Hero Martins, Sosie Bacon, rushes to investigate alongside Robert Quinn, Liam Neeson, and his colleague Trini Romano, Leslie Manville. They quickly realize the fungus is heterotrophic, spreading and adapting at alarming speed. A small sample, barely contained, is shipped to a secure U.S. military facility, a deep underground installation designed to hold dangerous biohazards. Decades later, the military has decommissioned the site and sold the remaining space to a self-storage company. Forgotten by the world, the pathogen lies dormant until the events of 2026. Enter Travis Teacake Meacham, Keery, a young parolee working the night shift, desperate to keep his job. His co-worker, Naomi Williams, Georgina Campbell, is equally curious and capable, the perfect counterbalance to Teacake's cautious yet slightly chaotic energy. Their seemingly ordinary night quickly turns extraordinary when strange sounds from the facility's lower levels, where the old military lab lies, alert them to something sinister. Temperatures underground have begun to rise, and the long-dormant alien fungus starts awakening, spreading rapidly, mutating, and infecting anyone or anything it touches, humans, animals, and even pets. The fungus doesn't mess around. Its first host is a deer, which soon becomes an uncontrollable, brain-controlling monster. Then it spreads to a small group of bikers, Naomi's cat, and even her obnoxious ex, Mike, who experiences the most over-the-top projectile vomiting scene imaginable, a nod to classic horror comedy. The pathogen's mutations are fast, grotesque, and visually striking, with Lou and Dave Elzey's practical effects creating visceral body horror while still maintaining a B-movie charm. It's chaotic, gross, and thrilling all at once. As the situation escalates, Teacake and Naomi encounter the only person with experience in dealing with the fungus, Robert Quinn, Liam Neeson, a retired bioterror operative who survived the initial outbreak decades ago. Neeson's performance is a highlight of the film, blending gruff military gravitas with subtle, dry humor, often referencing his bad back in recurring comedic beats. Quinn quickly takes stock of the situation, realizing the fungus is highly contagious, mutating at a dangerous pace, and capable of causing extinction-level events if left unchecked. Teacake and Naomi, initially overwhelmed, are forced to step up as unlikely heroes, navigating the maze-like underground facility, avoiding infected humans and animals, and trying to contain the pathogen before it spreads beyond the base. With the fungus threatening global catastrophe, the trio devises a plan to destroy the organism. The challenge: the pathogen spreads faster than they can react, infecting anything it touches, including humans, animals, and objects. Hazmat suits provide no true protection, and even small mistakes lead to horrifying outcomes. The stakes are higher than ever. Teacake and Naomi's bravery, combined with Quinn's experience, creates a dynamic mix of suspense, humor, and surprisingly heartfelt moments. Meanwhile, the facility itself becomes a character. The dark corridors, abandoned labs, and malfunctioning alarms heighten the tension as the fungus multiplies and adapts to every move the heroes make. The climax is a whirlwind of splatter, suspense, and spectacle. Teacake and Naomi lead the charge against the alien organism, using ingenuity, quick thinking, and sheer courage to survive the onslaught. Quinn coordinates the destruction of the fungus, facing it head-on in a battle that is as gory as it is thrilling. In the end, the heroes manage to contain and destroy the fungus before it escapes the facility. Humanity is saved, but not without consequences. The movie balances gore, humor, and heroics, leaving audiences cheering for the underdogs while laughing at the absurdity of it all. Cold Storage isn't trying to be the most terrifying horror movie ever made. Instead, it's a retro-inspired, high-energy B-movie that leans into its comedic, sci-fi, and action elements. Think Slither meets Zombieland with a dash of Stranger Things nostalgia. The chemistry between Keery and Georgina Campbell anchors the story, while Liam Neeson adds gravitas and dry humor. Practical effects and creative visuals bring the alien fungus to life in grotesque and memorable ways. The film fully embraces its R rating for gore, violence, and language, giving audiences a fun, thrilling, and, at times, ridiculous ride through one unforgettable night shift. The climax of Cold Storage is a full-on, high-stakes showdown between our heroes, Teacake, Keery, Naomi, Georgina Campbell, and Robert Quinn, Liam Neeson, and the alien fungal organism that has overrun the facility. By this point, the fungus has spread rapidly, mutating into grotesque forms and infecting humans and animals alike. The underground base is nearly destroyed, corridors are collapsing, and every second counts. Teacake and Naomi, initially outmatched and terrified, have fully stepped into their roles as the unlikely heroes. Their resourcefulness and courage allow them to navigate the labyrinthine facility, avoid or neutralize infected creatures, and support Quinn in carrying out the plan to contain and destroy the organism. Quinn, drawing on decades of experience as a bioterror operative, takes the lead on the final containment effort. The plan is daring. They must trigger a controlled destruction of the fungus without letting it escape to the surface, which involves precise timing, sabotage of the facility's systems, and direct confrontation with the most aggressive mutations. The fungus, however, isn't just mindless, it's adaptive and almost seems aware of their actions, forcing the team into moments of tension and near disaster. Some of the fungus's attacks result in the dramatic and horrifying deaths of secondary characters, reminding the audience of the real stakes. In the final moments, Teacake and Naomi manage to lure the core of the fungus to a containment chamber. Quinn sets the facility's systems to destroy the organism. The plan succeeds, but not without tension. The countdown hits 0 as the chamber seals, green spores vanish in a fiery reaction, and the facility shakes violently, emphasizing the immense scale of the threat they just neutralized. After the explosion, the survivors emerge from the chaos. Teacake and Naomi, covered in grime and sweat but triumphant, share a moment of relief and humor, proving that even in the face of world-ending danger, courage and wit can prevail. Quinn, battle-worn but alive, offers his characteristic deadpan quip about surviving yet another biohazard, reminding us why Liam Neeson's dry humor is the perfect balance to the over-the-top horror around him. The film ends with humanity saved, the immediate threat contained, and a lingering sense of fun chaos. The alien fungus may be gone, but the night shift at a self-storage facility will never feel mundane again.